I didn't practice anything. Hold on.
We're keeping this
bad.
We're keeping this in. We're keeping this in.
Oh. I always love this one. It's like.
You're sticking with it, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to your favorite Friday morning show. What TikTok has deemed dangerous for everyone. Two white guys with microphones.
Not just TikTok.
But also the cast of this show, apparently. When you want to feel good, go on down to What the Podcast. When you want to learn something, go on down to What the Podcast. We got John with his glasses. We got Ryan with his piano. We got Annie and Cara on the couch, yeah. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch. As always, producer Cara Tafolla and the lovely Annie Skovmand.
Are you a circus buck?
Wow.
It turned into that pretty quickly.
Pretty good.
Wow, that was good, Ryan.
Thanks, guys. You know, that's just like what we
Oh, wait,
that's what you can always expect from this show. Just some quick jokes
And some good too.
and some good music. John, what's up?
Nothing much, man. Big weekend.
Big weekend. Yeah.
Hence the
I'm
sunglasses.
talking about the Grammys, you guys. Oh my
Grammys.
gosh.
Not your
Billie
bachelor
Eilish
party.
got absolutely snubbed.
Did you see her tribute to
Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah, kind of sweet,
Lest
right?
you forget.
Her t-shirt.
Kind of sweet,
I
right?
cried last week.
Yeah. I will never forget that.
Yeah, thank you. Forgot his name though. Yeah, she got destroyed. She had a great
Yeah.
performance, and she got none of the awards. Silk
Yeah.
Sonic, our boys, on the other hand,
Did
They
you see
had-
them
they
get it
swept.
accepted?
They were so funny.
When they accepted their award, they both went.
yeah, it's pretty great.
They were very funny.
Also, John Batiste
Good
won
speech.
Album of the Year. Had no idea he even had an album this year.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
But
in other news, Olivia Rodrigo won 3, broke 1 on the red on the carpet
Forgot-
out.
Oh, really?
She broke 1. Yeah,
Dropped it and
dropped
broke
it, broke, which I feel like is a quality
Because
issue.
isn't it Grammy glass?
I think it's brass. Aren't they like
Is
little
it the
metal
little?
figurines?
Is it the
now
metal
they're
guy?
plastic. Now they're reusable
It's not a guy.
plastic.
It's a
Oh, interesting.
it's like the gramophone.
yeah.
Oh,
Like a
yes,
Grammy.
it's yes.
Grammy.
Oh, that that makes sense. That makes sense. It's plastic,
I'm joking. I was just joking.
It
It's
probably is.
cheap.
It probably
cheap.
is just cheap.
Cheap.
Lots of
Cheap,
jokes.
cheap,
Lots of
cheap.
jokes about the slap heard around the world. Of course.
Yep.
Well,
They'll be talking about that forever.
riding the heels of that. But
Yep.
speaking of cheap plastic endorsed by celebrities,
Go ahead.
Oh,
John, you got a
my.
thing you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh. All right.
Hey,
wow, that was
first-
a really rough
First,
intro.
the Grammy's made of zinc.
Oh, good to know.
So metal.
Yeah, it's metal.
I got
So
a
drop
birthday
it and break
gift, a couple months early today.
it's
from
so
Annie.
sad. A couple months early.
Months early or months late?
Months early.
Months
Okay.
early.
This is months early. Yeah.
Wait.
All right.
This is actually. I'm going to explain the gift, but I think it's a good topic about birthday gifts in general.
Okay.
So Annie got me a gift. She couldn't wait until my birthday in July, which I totally get because I'm the same kind of person. Basically, I'm wearing them. They're sunglasses. It was a collaboration by Warby Parker, right?
Yep.
And Jimmy Fallon. They're like fidget spinner sunglasses, so I'll explain them and show you as well. But basically, you can hold them, and you can actually. The right arm is on a ball bearing, so you can spin them. They're fidget sunglasses.
Ooh.
Only 4,000 made at the time, so Annie had to not buy these retail. She had to hunt them down on eBay to somebody who was selling them on eBay because they are not
Yeah.
available.
So the secondhand market.
Yeah.
Did they get you?
Not too bad. Probably, honestly, it's probably what they cost when they
but
bought them.
all the money
Well, there you
goes, 100% of the profit goes to a nonprofit that Warby Parker founded called the Pupil Project.
Yeah.
And it basically provides free eye exams and glasses for public schools. And
Yeah,
Let's get
not,
one more
US.
demonstration. I want to see how that works one more time on the cam.
Not my camera, not my camera. My money.
Spin
My
like
money
this.
went to.
I was
some
gonna
It's
say your
actually
money went to
spinning.
that eBay seller.
Yeah.
and in the instructions it said like it's designed so that over time it only gets more smooth as you spin them. It doesn't.
Wow.
I don't know how that technology works, but super cool.
I definitely feel like I need those because I'm definitely a person that like spins my
Right?
glasses.
very
just
thoughtful
'cause.
because that is like every single element, whether she intended to or not. Like I really like
Oh, I
Jimmy
intended.
Fallon. I get my glasses from Warby Parker and like fidget spinner and sunglasses, like very me. So I appreciate the thought.
Right.
Thank you.
I love giving gifts. It's like my main way I show love. I absolutely love giving gifts and thinking about like what people would like. And it's funny because I'm not a great gift receiver. Like people
Yeah.
give me gifts and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't
How
know
was
how
my
to
receiving?
react.
How was my receiving?
You were
Did I-
great. I knew you'd get really excited.
I'm genuinely excited about them. They're awesome.
But I'm also someone, so I got them early because I thought it'd be harder to hunt them down. And then I found them for a good price, like brand
And so
new.
but you didn't want to just hang on to them. You're like, here they are.
And I had mentioned to him, I was like, okay, I got your birthday presents coming in early. I want to wait to give it to you. And I almost kind of threw it out there as like a hold me accountable. If I'm like, hey, I want to give you a present,
No, you
have you
just
be
outed
like,
yourself
hey.
completely.
Honestly, I'm bad at that too. I was like, yeah, I can't wait. Like
He
you
literally
got-
wanted me to tell him what it was.
Like,
I
just
was
tell
like,
me
I'm
now.
not telling you. He's like, what'd you get me? I was like, I'm
But
not a sociopath.
I'm a similar gift giver in the sense that I am so bad, and this isn't you, but this is me. But this is why I would buy somebody something for somebody now
Sure.
rather than wait, because I'm so bad at finding a gift when it like comes down to that person's birthday. I'm always like scrambling, like what do they like trying to figure it out. Where I'm just the kind of guy where I'm like, if I see something that I know like Ryan will like, I'll just buy it and get. And you know that about me too.
I
'cause
do. You have
I've gotten you
gifted
really
random,
random
things
stuff
all
over
the time.
year.
Pretty much every week we come in to the podcast. You're
Not
giving me
every
gifts. Well, more often than not.
Showering you in
Okay,
gifts.
I want to do something here.
Go ahead.
We're gonna try something.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna gift you something.
Okay.
And then I wanted a reaction.
No way.
I want you
I
to
hate this. I
react.
hate this so much.
This could
All
be
right.
therapeutic.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah, for sure. For
headphones are
me or
going
for you?
Well, for all of us, really.
For all of us, okay.
And he's gonna do it too. So
yeah, okay.
maybe we'll see a little Cara.
Pretend. All right, cool.
Maybe it'll make it
All right.
all the way around.
We're pretending gift. Okay, I'm
Hey,
just going to go with
we're in
it.
the
Sorry,
middle of the
sorry.
scene, please. Come
Headphones
on.
are messing up here. John,
Yes.
I know you've gone a long time recently without being able to write.
Whoa. You're right.
I know. And so I'm hyping it up too much, but I got you this pen.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's all yours. It's even
You
got
got-
your name.
wait.
It's got your name on it.
No, you got this for me, dude. God, it's perfect. It really is. It's got my name and everything. Look at that. It's just the type of pen I like. This is God, man. You know me so well. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I didn't
You're
get
welcome.
you anything. So.
Okay. Well, it's not Christmas. It's just Tuesday. So
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
there you go. Okay,
How
that
was
was
that?
good. That was pretty good.
It's hard,
It was
right?
a little heavy-handed.
Oh, I was doing too much.
It's just what I wanted.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if-
because I didn't know it was coming.
You didn't know
I
it was
forgot. I read the
You
script
just were
wrong.
waiting for somebody to give you a pen. Okay.
That
hey,
was my reaction, Kara. I can tell you hate it. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Let's get a
Yeah,
word from the
Cara,
couch.
what do you think?
It was a little fake ass bitch.
Okay. Not
Dang,
sure.
Cara's on a
Not
different
sure.
level today. I love it.
But-
I
Okay,
love
first
the
of all,
energy.
yeah, I
As
don't-
a side
I don't
note,
know.
I don't claim to be an actor. I was clearly
Hey,
having
hey,
to act
hey,
there. You know what I'm
hey.
saying?
That was a good acting.
This
move.
is just
Funny.
critiques. It's not.
It's
It's,
just-
not
yeah,
to. Don't
take
get.
it hard.
Don't
I'm
get
taking it
offended.
I don't know
personally.
if how constructive that
It's
critique
the,
was,
It's the
but
beginning that
It
starts
was, it
with,
was.
It's the wow. Anything that starts.
now see maybe
Okay.
I'm
That.
clueless.
Alright.
I believed it. Hey, why don't you
Hey,
gift
give
it
it
to
to
somebody?
Cara. Give it to Cara.
Hey, Kara.
Just surprise me. Don't give me a pen.
Okay,
Oh,
don't look.
gee.
Don't look.
Don't look.
Wow.
Don't look. Don't look. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey, Kara, listen. Don't
Yeah.
look yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you a gift.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Annie. She's gonna put it next to you. Don't look yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got this for you. I know how much you love, sitting around and doing puzzles. So check. There's your gift right next to you.
John.
Yeah, heavy-handed my ass.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was-
right.
It was a little bit like he came home from war.
John!
It was
Okay.
the
But now you
elongated.
know how
I think
hard
the
it
name
is.
is better
Yes.
than what's interjection.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you,
golly.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
a
Annie's turn,
name
Annie's
as a
turn.
like
Okay.
Okay, I want to point
John.
it out that I think Kara and I's reactions were pretty much on par.
yeah.
I
no,
think
for sure.
I think they were both good. I think you both adequately reacted. Am I closing my eyes, Cara?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
Now we're giving random gifts on the podcast.
Gifting each other. This
People
is,
listen to this crap,
Yeah,
you
this
know?
is, this is
podcasting.
very okay.
People love this stuff.
All right, Annie.
Do I open my eyes?
This is something that can
People love this stuff.
She actually
change
has
your
a gift
your
for her.
life. You're having a girls' night, little like self-care night.
Okay.
And I
Heavy
thought this
sell,
would be
huh?
nice for that.
But I love these.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I don't know if this is a real gift. But I might steal
You can
these from
actually
you.
have that.
Ha-ha. And I'm the real winner because I made this game into my own personal gain.
Okay, I'm gonna say that was
You
not
can
very
actually
good.
have that.
That was
Listen.
the like agreement. Like, oh, I love these. I was just talking about these.
Yeah, like
How
you're-
did
At first, I'll be
Do you have a
real.
promo
You
code
handed
for
it to
those?
me, and
Yeah.
I saw just the
Condom.
corner, and
Did
it looked
you-
like a condom.
Yeah, it looks like
and
a
I was.
condom.
Can we
like a
clarify what it
girl's
is? What is
self-night.
what is that over there?
It's those
Face mask.
It's those eye patches where you put
Eye
under your eyes
patches.
and your puffiness.
like if you're trying to be a pirate, eye patch.
So is that a
kinda.
gift or is that like a hint? Like, hey, you've been looking
You're
puffy
getting
lately.
pretty
Like
ragged.
That's a
your eye
gift.
bags. No, I'm just.
for girls'
I don't
night.
go straight
I'm
to
just.
that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Listen,
Read between
from
the
you,
lines.
if
You
you
gotta-
gave me this,
if
I'd
I
be like,
gave you
fuck
these-
off. But Cara giving it to me, she has a warm heart. That
Okay.
is a difference.
Okay.
So
meant to
now-
fix
You gotta
under
know
eye
where it's coming
circles.
from.
No, this
is
is
just
supposed to be
Annie,
relaxation.
now you have to give a random gift to Ryan. Ryan, close your eyes, please.
I have to give.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, Ryan.
Okay.
I saw
Sexy
this
is back.
and I knew how much you loved this.
Okay.
And I thought,
Yes.
there's no better home than over there with
Yeah.
you
Thank
in
you.
that corner.
Thank you.
Maybe
hand it to
behind
him.
some things.
I know what
I'm gonna give it to John.
I think I know what
I'm
it
so
is.
excited for you. I hope you really like it.
Wow.
You know how much I love sexy M&M.
You started with the wow.
Okay, can you please let me finish? Wow,
He's in the middle of his.
Wow, the sexy M&M. Thanks, Annie.
The backstory is Ryan came into. I had moved that mug.
There's, by the way, there's tons of stuff in here. If you're listening, there's tons of like random knickknacky decorations in here, and Annie moved one.
One mug just away. I put it somewhere else.
And the first thing Ryan does is goes and retrieves it and puts it back.
And
And
he
we're
goes,
like,
"Who the hell moved this?"
Hey, how much was that at Goodwill?
It was $2.
Yeah, right.
And I spent those $2 on sexy M&M for you.
Thanks, Annie.
You're welcome, Ryan.
I kind of
It's such a like
phoned mine in,
awkwardly
but
shaped mug. I just realized
really
it's very,
is.
Like it's not like
it's
super skinny tall, but it's skinny tall.
it's a 3-finger. I'll tell you that. Which is
Yeah.
that's a minimum requirement of a mug.
really?
Tanya's requirement is a 4-finger
Yeah,
mug.
well, that's when you
Oh.
know you've got a good like
Yeah,
mug
the
handle.
grip.
Is in.
Oh, sucks.
Ask me about my mugs.
That's a
Well,
t-shirt.
how do you feel? Do you feel like maybe that helped your like receiving?
I kind of got
Yeah,
nervous even in this fake game of Cara giving me a present.
Yeah, I mean, I got nervous with the fake pen, and I knew what was coming. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm definitely one of those people that I feel like I maybe front load a lot. Like I put on over because we grew up doing theater and I'll play like shows sometimes like our band will play out, right?
Yeah.
And people will compliment that and they'll say
That's even worse than getting a gift saying thank
and
you.
getting a
It's
gift,
getting
but like yes, like
compliment.
getting
Yeah.
a like giving a thank you for that. I feel like I'm like overly like, oh, thank you so much. Like, yeah, wow. And especially for that too, because I'm like, oh, they actually do like they came out to a show or something. But like, or the same thing. Oh, they gave me a gift and I didn't expect it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I really want you to know how grateful I am of this.
yeah,
And it's like, I really am grateful, but I'm making it maybe sound like
Yeah.
I'm
It's
faking
fake.
it.
I get in my head a lot, and this happens not even with just like receiving gifts, but like
Okay.
I'll watch like a comedy special. I'll think it's hilarious, but
Yep.
I don't ever laugh out loud. Like I think I have a hard time like emoting expression sometimes. Like I think it's hilarious, but I don't feel the need to like laugh about it.
By
you know?
yourself or with other people?
Both.
Good question.
Like by myself for sure not, but even when other people like when I laugh at things, I kind of have to be like, oh, that was funny, like convince myself for a second and then laugh at it.
What?
Because I just have a hard time like just like naturally laughing or like just like immediately expressing my emotion. So that's why when I get a gift,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think
Trauma.
you're just that kind
Probably
of person?
trauma.
Do you think? Did you ever get like made fun of for laughing too loud?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, not like
What'd
it
you
wasn't
laugh
like
like
a
that?
traumatic thing, but like
I've gotten that before because I was like definitely a laugh out louder,
really.
and people were like, wow, like in school, you know,
still are.
why you laugh like that?
Oh, it's so sad.
No, you know, but
John,
What's up?
no, stop. You can't.
Oh yeah,
You
I make
are-
fun of somebody who has a pretty obnoxious laugh. Okay. Oh, so now I can't feel bad for Ryan because I make fun of one
you
person.
may go ahead.
You obliterate her.
Yeah, because it's worth it.
Who are we talking
Wait,
about?
who?
Our friend Kayla Davis.
You've met her before.
Oh, okay.
and
Does she have a crazy laugh?
She has just a very distinct
it
laugh.
cuts through everything, bro. And it is like it feels fake. I know it's not fake.
Have
but
you
it
called her
feels
on
fake.
this? In
Oh.
1,000 times.
John
I
will
destroyed her.
straight up like she'll laugh, and she has such a thick skin and a good sense of humor, so she finds it hilarious.
Well, she
That's
also
what
knows
I
that
mean-
that I don't mean it like
Yeah,
in negativity.
but
I
that's
just
John's
what's
do
true
it.
about
Like-
us loud laughers. Like we can't be stopped.
John with the
You can't
straight
just-
face will be like, the idea that someone's gonna listen to that laugh and be like, "Wow, she's the one." That's crazy. and she
I don't know
laughs.
that I-
incredible.
I don't know that I said that for the record.
because she
You don't,
that's
you don't
that's
exactly
the
have
one
like
that
a
she.
winning laugh either. my
We
I
could-
know.
guy.
I know. I know.
We could legit call her up right now.
Yeah.
Let's try
This is
to
good
get
content.
Kayla
Yeah,
on the phone.
try and get her on the phone.
She's got a unique laugh. Okay.
So what? So I don't even remember what the point was.
Why do
Oh,
I
your
not
trauma.
emote?
It was your trauma. Yeah.
Pro-
Why do you
I
not
think
emote?
I was. Well, you know my family.
Did you have to be quiet during like family nights?
Well, when I
How's the rest of your family on laughter?
well, Bobby's got a pretty unique laugh.
He's got a good one.
And like I think I just grew up with a lot of big characters. Like all my siblings were pretty like outgoing in a lot of different ways, and I feel like maybe that was part of it for me. Like I just didn't. I wanted to be in the background a little bit, or I felt the need to be in the
Interesting.
background a little bit.
I won't say it's abnormal. It's not a weird like different thing to be like. Yeah, and especially when you're by yourself too. Like I'm thinking about like when I watch certain comedies, but like you said, like I watched Bo Burnham's Inside, right, by myself, and there were parts where I did laugh out loud, but
Yeah.
then I'm also just watching it and I'm like, this is really funny. Like I really truly am enjoying this.
But sometimes but it's weird because then sometimes like on the one-off, like I watched that TikTok the other day of
Yeah.
that guy farting in his wife's face.
Okay. Yes.
And when I tell you, I was by myself at home and I was crying laughing. I thought it was so funny. And I was by myself.
So certain things
It's
just
certain
catch
things.
differally, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I was watching a
I'm
TV show
broken.
the other day, and
You
my
are.
only like when something funny TV laugh I was
Yeah.
watching, I'm like, like it's always like a
little
giggle when
giggle.
something's
Oh.
funny on TV.
But that's why I overdo it with gifts, though, is what I was saying. It's like, that's why I feel like I go in really hot when I get a gift because I feel like it means a lot to me, and
Yes,
I
that's what
don't
we're
want to
talking about.
undersell it because like I know I don't emote well, so then I maybe go too far. Like
But
I'm like,
nothing's worse
oh
than
my-
when you hear. It's like catching yourself in the mirror. Like, oh, do I look like that? Like when you hear how you sound.
yeah,
I know Annie goes through this. Go
When
ahead,
I
Annie.
hear how I sound.
Yeah. Do you ever?
yeah.
hear-
What's going on over here, guys?
Nothing.
There was
We
like
passing notes over
nothing.
here.
another
No.
conversation. Go
Kara
ahead.
and I were
No.
talking.
No, tell us. Say it.
We're just talking about.
just talking.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
Do I ever hear myself? Yeah, no, I
changed
hear
the
myself.
subject. She changed the
Exactly, I
subject.
am. Thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Keep focusing. Keep paying attention. Such a great attribute of you. But
Okay. You know what? This is worth the dead stop. What was going on
Yeah,
the
what is
Nothing.
going on?
literally nothing.
Nothing.
All right.
Well, something.
Well,
Well,
now this is just
the
bad
point-
podcasting.
Yeah,
So
and you guys
I'm
are
gonna go
doing it.
ahead-
It's your fault.
I'm gonna go ahead and
You're-
transition. Ready? Ready?
God. Yeah. What? Ooh, a
pod
pod
deck.
deck.
Fairly trivial thing we haven't done on this podcast in a
Wow.
while. Our code works.
Doesn't work. So don't use it.
Don't buy any pod decks yet. Till you get
I'll
that
I'll
code.
fix it by Friday. No, it'll be fixed by now.
Or, I mean, just do it. Just go for it. If you want to start a podcast, if you want to just have a nice little icebreaker at your next party, go on down to poddex.com, get a deck of these cards, and they've got fun questions. This is from the deck Would You Rather?
Oh, good one.
Oh, here we go. And I didn't pick one out ahead of time.
Wow, rookie mistake.
We may have done this one.
Go ahead.
Then skip it. Don't even do it if
Okay,
you think
okay.
we
Wait,
okay,
no,
okay,
what?
okay. It's interesting, though, so I'm going to put it right there.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm going for it.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Okay.
Would you rather wear a monitor that beeps when you're lying or it beeps when you're attracted to someone.
Oh, definitely attracted to
Lying.
someone. Whoa. Lying, really?
Yeah,
I guess-
I don't feel like I lie that often to random people.
I guess here's
You're
the hard part,
frequently
right?
attracted to random people.
It's you.
No, you're right, but I think it would be less
It'd
embarrassing.
beep to anyone you like
Does
to.
everybody know that why it's beeping?
Yes.
See, then I would do lying. I mean, like,
Oh, I would do attractive. Because that's like, I feel like most people, you walk down the street and it's like, oh yeah, that person is attractive. Beep. Who cares?
you wouldn't get in Ryan's
yeah.
head every time you.
Here's
you were
the
just beeping off
here's the
every time.
difference
No,
with
because
that.
you would also, yours would beep too.
Okay, what if?
If you chose that one.
Ryan would be a constant beep, beep the whole time.
The part that's hard about it is attractiveness. You can't control, and line you can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what's hard.
Yeah.
It's like
Thank you.
Well,
you can just
okay.
actively try your hardest not to lie, but you can't just like
what if
Yeah, it just
if you
keeps
just
you
look at someone
honest.
and you think they're attractive, it's like beep. It's like you can't control that they're
Then it
attractive
makes it
to you.
weird.
What
right?
if? What if
But
we
sometimes
came
you
into the
have to
podcast,
lie.
right? My monitor turns on, and then it's like beep beep beep, and it goes off, and it's like, oh dang, yeah, I'm attracted to Annie.
No,
Then it's like,
I
well,
would
how
just
do we do the
assume you're
show
looking
now?
at
And then Annie
Cara.
quits. And then
Well.
Annie quits the show.
And
listen,
it
I
also
can't-
shows up a little
Hey,
name.
hey,
I was
Annie.
going to say, because if
Annie.
it beeps, then you can just lie about who it's beeping about.
yeah.
But then no one would know that you're
I'd
lying.
be like,
It would get
Here's
hard.
my-
John,
Here's my thing, right? Like,
It would get hard. Not
I
in
get-
the way that you think. But
I
it would.
didn't
like,
say anything.
I get I'm a catch. You know, like if that's the thing, everyone would be walking by me beeping all it up. So it's not like unusual. I'd get so used to it. I'd be like, hey, I get it all the time. Don't be embarrassed.
Okay. 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 You're saying everyone in the world
oh,
has
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Everybody
And then-
else
that
has it
situation,
except for
and
you.
when they're around
No.
you, they beep.
Yeah, and
because
then
you're
those,
the one that.
and those who are like, no, I'm not attracted to you, then it beeps because they have the lying one. So
Yep.
like, I get it.
and
like
you have
either
the lying
way,
one,
It's a
and you say
lose-lose.
it happens to me all the time.
Sometimes you have
and
to
then it
lie to
beeps.
make someone else feel better, though. Because what if someone is like, they got a haircut, and you like are
You're like,
that is a
that-
bad haircut.
a
And they're
white
like, What do
lie.
you think? And you're like, oh, that's
you know
great.
what? But one,
Nobody's asking
beep,
me.
beep, beep.
Nobody's asking me what if their haircut looks good.
100% honest person on this podcast might make this show better.
No.
I don't know. That's opinion.
I think this show's dead in the water, but
Gosh.
because I think it's great.
Or you're attracted to it.
I'm attracted to. I caught my reflection over here.
And that's a
And
narcissism.
that's okay. So my final answer, I think, is attracted to.
Yep, same.
John went with lying.
I went with lying. I think you're
How,
absolutely
so
correct.
you don't lie
You know
that
what?
often.
No, not really.
I
how
feel
often
that
do you lie.
I feel that maybe I lie, white lie more.
Yes,
Like she said, to the same effect of like, oh yeah, your haircut looks great.
That's good to know.
I do too.
Well,
Especially
not
with
to
like,
other people, mostly to you.
Thank you. Exactly.
mine's
Annie?
with like coworkers.
I think
or
I would choose
Yeah.
attractive
People you don't see all the time.
because I feel like that would help me in the world. You know, like if it just like beeped when I'm attracted to someone, maybe that gives them the gumption to be like, oh, she thinks I'm cute.
Sometimes Annie is ignoring that part of her
What if
brain.
you go in for
Most of the time, most of the
And she
time,
needs to be
Annie's,
reminded. Oh, I'm
it's for
attracted
you.
to this person.
Oh, it's for you.
yeah, it's for like
You're like,
they're
maybe
like,
I am.
Maybe I am attracted
Maybe
to
I
them.
am.
You go in. What
Something
about
has
you go
unlocked.
in for a job interview and the guy that's interviewing you is hot, right? And
Okay,
it
yeah.
beeps, and
Okay,
you're
Okay,
just like,
you go in for a job interview
is that
and you
your
put stuff on your
attractive
resume
beeper?
that's not really that true, and you're trying to get this job, and they're like, "How's your resume?" And you're going through it, beep 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 beep.
Now that's the other case.
I mean,
Obviously, my
both.
resume is
I don't know.
chock full of lies.
a big time liar
Yes,
on the
me
resume.
too.
So
Big time liar.
know
Cara
if,
actually traveled with a
I've ever
circus on
lied
her
before.
resume,
Yeah.
and that's the truth.
I don't know if I've ever lied before.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
Right now, that's your
we need
biggest
the
lie.
beeping.
But I think, no, my thing is like, I feel like attractiveness, you could just kind of get over. At some point, I could be like, yeah, I'm attracted to you. What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
are we gonna do this or what?
Natural thing. Whatever, bro. You
It's a
can't control
natural
it.
Yeah.
You fully
But
convince
then
yourself.
if I'm
you
lying
you
it,
get
it's
really
like,
aggressive about it. You're like, yeah,
Well,
I am.
people-
I am.
people
What are you gonna
don't-
do about it?
people don't think you're a bad person for just being attracted to people, for the most part.
Wait, hold on.
but then, like if they're catching you in lies, they're a bad person. They lie constantly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably
So
true.
I'm like,
I'll go with the attractiveness one.
my thing is my white lies are like, sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
Just to wait.
I can't hang
It's
out.
like, sorry, can't hang out.
I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm
that
really
would
busy.
suck.
I'm busy.
That would
My
I'm
lies
doing
are-
homework.
Sorry.
I'm not just going to sit home and watch TV.
I'm
Okay,
really
I'm
not on
watching TV,
TikTok.
but I'm not watching The Office.
Jeez, you're never gonna watch.
I'm
The
rewatching The
Office.
Office again. Beep, beep, beep,
Oh,
beep.
I do that.
Now.
Dang. Wow. That's that good old
That's the
AC
old
kicking
AC
on.
Kicking on.
Oh,
How'd you
wow.
know?
Hey, we know the best thing about this show is
we
we
could-
are sweating the whole time.
Maybe we get an AC deal, huh?
A silent AC.
No, I'm just saying like a deal with GE and be like, hey,
If
and
they
we
made
have
a
to keep it
silent
on.
one.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're
Like,
paying
like
us
advertising,
to
yeah.
be the white noise
Or
in the background.
we meant to like Jimmy Fallon made it.
Like we always bring it up, like an ad. Almost,
Okay,
you know?
let's reach out to GE.
And I will.
Okay.
And I will. And they
let's
need
develop
us.
a silent air conditioner, a podcast aircaster.
They'll just send us like a
Aircast.
Dyson fan.
It's in the works, obviously.
We're working on it. Okay.
We're working on trademark. Trademark.
Trademark it.
One thing we did this
You can
weekend,
monetize that.
Ryan, that's
Go
kind
ahead.
of a relatively new thing.
Yes.
To the world of normal mall shopping, just like going around and doing
is- what are you talking
experiences,
about?
right?
Go ahead.
VR.
Oh.
We did VR this weekend.
We went into a place
Oh.
called Sandbox VR, and what it is
We have to do it as a group, by the way.
it was so fun.
Kind of sounds terrific.
It was
I'll
a
tell you.
group of 6. You want to explain?
No,
it?
go ahead.
It was a group of 6 at a time. You wear like these vests that vibrate. We eventually are like holding guns because we were like shooting zombies.
We were in a zombie
fake
one.
guns.
Scary, by the way.
And we're wearing headsets, and there's little trackers, like they put like a tracker band on your hand to like track your motion and stuff.
And it was funny because if it wasn't on all the way, like my right hand wasn't on all the way. So like when I was moving my arm, when you're fully immersed, you can see your friends, but my arm wasn't moving. So I was like talking or I had like the gun in my hand and my right arm was just down like this. I'm like, how are you holding that?
So we're in this like 3D space, right? And it's like we can see each other. There's like, all of us are running around, and it's laid out like it is in the room. So it's like you could walk around the whole room, but it's in VR.
And there's a red line to show you where the actual wall is, so you can't obviously pass that one.
Did anyone run into the wall?
No, but
I don't think so.
the guy said that it happens a lot
all the
though.
time. Because people get scared and they like run in the other direction, but then they don't realize.
So we're like in a SWAT
we're still
team.
just in a room.
Yeah, they're like, bam.
We're in a SWAT team and we have to like guard this area from zombies. And the zombie thing was terrifying, by the way. We were gonna
John
do
got
pirates.
talked out of Pirate Excursion by
Yeah.
this dude.
I want to do pirate, and the guy's like, "It's really for
He's like,
kids."
it's kind of for kids.
I'm like,
it's like
"What?"
very cartoony. He's like, and he's like, you want to do something really thrilling, right? And everyone was like, yeah.
I guess.
He's like, yeah, you'll get way more thrills out of
And he goes to
zombie
was
haunted manor, haunted something.
Haunted Manor. And we're like, and we
Haunting
saw
of
the
Hill
trailer,
House,
and
I
I was
think.
like, that's sounds fun. But everyone else was so into it. I was like, I guess we're doing it.
I guess it's like the same technology that like the military has started using for
Training?
like training stuff, like where
That's
they have
cool.
like fake like VR setups, and it's like a
Like, what would you do in this? Like, someone pops out.
Someone
Like, you know
pops
that
up.
Monsters University
Let me
scene?
tell you,
It's like the Monsters University scene.
I expected. I've done VR. You have Oculus,
Yes.
and I've done like VR before, so I kind of expected it to be like one step away from being really cool because like VR, I felt like wasn't like fully there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was so immersive.
Yeah.
I don't know how your experience was.
completely.
I thought I was there, literally. It was like weird. After you play for 25 minutes, so you're like playing in there, and then all of a sudden you like take
That's a
your
long time,
goggles off, and you're
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, no, this is just a room. We were just hanging out in a room."
Right.
And the video of us, they take video the whole time of you just in there, but then they'll like intermix it with the digital version of yourself.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So cool.
I feel like that's going to be a Criminal Minds episode.
Or like a
Or like
Killer in
a,
VR?
Like someone lures people into playing VR in a room
And
and
kills
just
them in
kills
real
them.
life.
You'd never
Dang.
know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you don't see the killer,
you don't
right?
see them.
but I'm
yeah.
saying, oh yeah, I guess that's true.
So
Yeah.
did my thing is like,
Go ahead.
was it your guys' faces on your VR people, or was it
No,
a fake face?
we were like,
It's impossible to tell who was who. At least
no,
for me.
it was completely impossible.
I was just
Also,
like-
because we were screaming into the headsets because zombies were
best part.
attacking us. But we just looked like we were in, like you said, like SWAT gear. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the black
Did you
like
wear names
padding
at
and
all?
helmets and
Yeah, I
goggles
picked
and
names.
stuff.
Above you, like Sims?
No, it was like just our bodies.
now
and
if
just
I could
zombies.
So we
VR
have-
into Sims, count me
Anna,
in.
you'd love it because we had like
I'd love it.
these headsets, and also like a mic so you can hear each
A
other.
Britney mic.
But the comms for us were like twice as loud as like anything else.
I like you couldn't hear yourself talk, but everyone else was really loud, and
Also-
so you'd be like,
yes.
"Is this thing on?" And everyone would be like, "Yes."
Literally, that's how it was. You couldn't hear yourself, which was so annoying because David
That
was
is
saying
weird.
David was on my team, and David was like, I realized at the end that like I forgot I couldn't hear myself. So David was like full screaming
Yeah,
stuff,
same.
like left side, and we were like, it was coming through on
It was
our
kind of
ears,
like it was like paintball. It was like virtual paintball, but zombies.
yeah, it was really fun.
Weird.
I will say I got really immersed in it, and I would totally do it again because it is so cool. Like for the first minute, you're like, I don't really know, but then you're like, okay, I'm in here now. Like this is my job now. Like I work at Subway in the
You're like,
metaverse.
and
you know,
here I am.
Gosh.
I might be with Cara on this one. I think it's I think the implications of VR because now you don't have to be. It's like fully Black Mirror, right? You can just
Yeah.
be in a room that's completely empty.
Yep. Someone's
and
running
go into
it.
your Sims world, and it's like Second Life. I don't know if somebody's gonna pop out and stab you or something.
Yeah.
But
I feel like technology might, if it ever got to that point, don't you feel like there would be some sort of like way to advance your room so that nobody could just
like,
come in and
dude,
kill you?
It's like the Matrix. Like just like you said, like at some point it was at a level where it wasn't like you could obviously tell, like, oh, I'm in VR right now.
Well, you
Yeah.
just like
Couple
don't.
more years, right?
You
The
don't
TVs
know.
get better every year. They look crystal clear. The VR masks get better every year. So maybe 20
Smaller
years
and
down the
smaller.
line, you can't even tell you're in it.
Maybe they're
Well,
contact
and
lenses.
this is
Maybe
like
they're little earplugs.
this is consumer products, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was listening to this podcast, Armchair and Dangerous, which is like an offshoot of Armchair Expert, and they talk about like conspiracy theories and like true crime and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about the MK Ultra, like the CIA basically torturing people and
Giving
giving them
them
LSD to
is
try
the
to
thing, and just
figure
seeing
out
what it does
mind
to the brain.
control. Their whole thing was we're trying to do mind control. And in the 80s, they were like, yeah, it happened. We're not into mind control anymore. Sorry.
yeah, like that was
bizarre.
totally last
But-
century, you know.
But
So whatever.
Monica Padman brought up this good point, and she was like, okay, yeah, like that was the 80s, but like think of how far technology has come. Like it feels
What are
kind
they
of
working on
naive.
now?
Like just
Yeah,
because they
well,
told us
yeah.
they stopped doesn't mean maybe they found out how to do mind control.
But
and
they're
we
like,
don't know.
how, like maybe it's not
Classic.
through medicine, but like maybe it's not through like LSD, but maybe it is through technology.
Neuralink.
So it's like how are we to say like that they aren't developing technology? Like there's rumors that the kind of stuff with VR has been used in the military and the government
Yep.
for like a decade before it became consumer. So it's like
I mean, right? And think of all the stuff that like people like they're studying brains, right? Where like if you accidentally poke a certain part of your brain, it's like you can smell certain things, or like you
Yeah.
can,
Or like
you
your
know,
arm twitches.
You are just chemistry at some point. So
yeah.
That's terrifying.
well, think about that.
Yeah,
Next time you do your
super
fun
fun.
little VR.
It's fun little
So you're in
VR. Think
VR.
of how they're
yeah,
mind
think about how
controlling you.
maybe you're in VR right now.
Yeah.
Okay, if this is my VR, like I want to reset.
Okay. Wow.
What?
Yeah, if this is my VR, I feel like first of all,
Yep.
we could have a bigger studio. We could already like if it's VR, we could literally be on tour with podcasting. Like our reality could be much bigger.
Okay.
Or do you have to hit those levels? Is it like a video game? Are
like-
you in a video game?
It's like there's this subreddit called Outside, and it's like it talks about the world like that, like it's a big video game, and people make posts, and it's just like a fiction thing, but it's like, how do I upgrade? Like, how do I level up? Like, I feel like I've just been grinding
I've been stuck in
level
level.
one for so long, like, and people just make funny posts like that, like
Yeah.
the graphics aren't that good.
The graphics not that good. Yikes.
It's
What
just-
if we get to a point where you can choose, right? Do you ever see
Okay.
what is it? Not Supersize Me, like downsizing, tiny boy.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
With,
where they shrink
Colin
the
Townie Boy.
shoes.
Downside. I think it's called downside.
Matt Damon.
Yeah,
Downsizing.
Matt Damon.
Okay, so we can do this procedure for you where you're not
Interesting take.
in this world anymore.
Yeah.
You're in Free Guy. We watched Free Guy, right?
Oh, yeah,
You're in the
Free
video
Guy.
game
That was
world.
great.
And you can run around
Yeah.
and you can jump really high.
You can get killed as many
and
times
it's
as you
like
want.
Spy Kids 3D, game over. And that's the world you live in.
Hey.
Would you rather live in this world or would you rather
Oh,
live in
Spy Kids
Free
3D
Guy
is
world?
terrifying.
Okay, not that one. More like Free Guy.
Free Guy's fun.
I mean, I think probably this world.
You don't have to answer it yet, but the time will come.
No, I think in this world, I
Someone
think
will ask you that.
I really think that VR is really cool technology. I just don't know that it's ever gonna get to a level of like real life. You know what I'm saying? Like the reality that we are sitting here and we can like feel the chair underneath us and like whatever we go to reach for, like we can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, I just don't know that
Yeah.
VR will ever get to that level. And and that's the trade-off for me. It's like I like the senses of life, like feeling and like all
Yeah.
that. I just don't know that they're going to be able to encapsulate it just yet. I mean,
I
they
have a
probably will, but
prediction.
long after I'm gone.
I mean, your brain is just in a big VR machine, right? Like,
Well,
I didn't think about
are you
that.
touching the piano, or is your brain telling you what the piano feels like?
Whoa. Okay.
Go ahead, Annie.
my prediction
Go ahead.
is that eventually it's not so much going to be like a physical split, but it will be like a social split where
Whoa.
almost like the slap heard across the world stuff will start to happen in like the metaverse and
Yeah.
all this stuff where it's like if you are not plugged into that, you're not going to know about it or you're going to be hearing it secondhand. And then I feel like it's going to be this split of people who are involved in it and people who aren't. Like
It's kind of like NFTs, right? Like, well,
Yeah.
who cares? It's not real. It's like
It's like,
yeah,
well,
but
there's
it
this-
happened in the metaverse.
there's this huge thing, and I think that like celebrities and people are going to start to have influence in this other world, and it's going to be like there's going to be this whole section of pop culture and news happening in the quote unquote metaverse, and it's not that it's necessarily going to drastically affect the world, but
Yeah.
it'll just start to be this split of like there'll be like two pop cultures, there'll be
I'm
two
sure
like
there
world
were
news.
people that were thinking that when TV came around, right? Like, they're like, well, who cares? Like, it's just a guy on TV. I don't know, right? Like,
yeah.
what was our technology then that was actually really ahead of its time? You know,
Or social
Yeah.
media. I mean, social media took the world.
well,
by
who cares?
storm.
It's on social media. Like, it'll just go away. It's just the internet, right?
Yeah.
No, because now it's
actually
whatever's on
not.
the internet. It's never going away.
it's never
Yeah,
going away.
never going away.
Interesting stuff. So,
Dang.
I mean, it's all fun and games, right?
It's all fun
Until
and
it's not.
games
We gotta
until
go do VR, the four of us.
That was so fun.
So
Shooting
crazy. We
still
zombies.
need to
I
do
want
an
to do
escape
pirate
room.
attack.
Okay,
an
escape room.
an-
Escape
a
room.
VR escape room.
Well, that
We're probably
You're telling me that doesn't exist?
that must exist.
We're finding it, Cara.
VR
We're
it
finding
definitely
it.
does.
God.
It has to exist.
Bummed you didn't think of it because that's so good.
I just don't know how it would work, like logistically.
Like it'd be
you know
like
what I'm
you
saying?
touch it, like you tap it and you unlock
get
the
the
clue.
clue.
and-
Oh, so all we're doing is tapping things around the room. Like the fun
Yeah.
part of an
I'm-
escape
Oh, I'm
room
sorry.
is like actually
Shooting the gun.
You know?
Maybe it's an escape room with a gun.
No, I'm kidding. No.
Now
And then you
that's
shoot
different.
the door off.
No, the fun thing about
Interesting.
escape rooms is actually like having to crawl through like a tunnel.
Thank
What
you.
escape room are you
Never
doing?
been to one, so
Oh.
I don't know.
Wait, you've never been to an
Never done
escape
it.
room?
I've done two. The
What?
second one that I did literally was like, oh, this button opened this like grate, and we had to like go through a tunnel.
Shimmy
and, like,
through the tunnel.
yeah,
I did one where it was
that's
actually
terrifying.
really creepy, and it was like you're stuck in this murderer's house,
Okay.
and you had to
Did
like.
somebody kidnap you?
And we got to
It's
the
either-
end, and it was
And I
real.
was like, it was
he's
so
like-
weird.
And, like, it's a really cool escape room.
or like
I
a
think you were just
scientist lab.
Kidnapped.
kidnapped you.
No. We paid him to kidnap us.
No, like I got
No,
out.
it
You
was
know, I had to
like-
walk
it was
10
really
miles home.
creepy.
Like it was all part of the bit.
And then like they had this moment where it was like every time the lights flickered, you had to hide, and the attendant would come in if she could see you, she would take like that person with her, and you would lose teammates.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna do
That's
that
crazy.
one.
It was
Why did you do
super.
that?
It was. I don't know. We did it with,
With my
Andrew.
luck, I would-
did you get to yell out like clue? We
No.
need a clue.
No, there was like a button you could go
With my
press if
luck,
you
I
needed
would
it.
get
Get a
taken in
clue.
the first like 30 seconds. I'd be like,
And there was
the door is.
and they'd be like, and you're done.
He's like, wait, what?
And goodbye.
it was
watching for a
such,
monitor back
there was
then.
so
You're like,
much
oh, this is
anxiety because they
stupid.
had
Fun.
like a
Still
suspenseful
never done an
murder
escape
movie
room.
music
And it's
the
like
whole time.
timed.
Yeah, and
See,
you're just
I-
like ah.
The only couple that I've done were like multi-room ones where like you would
Yes.
figure
What?
out a way to
Yep.
unlock the next room and you had to go into it. And it was like
Those are the ones I've done.
And it was terrifying because the door just, of course the door just like cracks open after you do something. So you're like, okay, what's in this next room? Like I know it's safe.
You
but in
walk
my
in,
back of my head I'm like, why are we doing that? Like we don't even know who works here. You know,
Yeah.
like we could just literally be going deeper into the building and then get murdered, you know?
Oh.
Not that you do that, but
You watch a lot of Criminal Minds.
So
I
huh?
do.
you thought
Yeah.
about that with an escape room, but not with VR when you literally can't see
Okay.
what's around you?
Ooh,
right, well,
good point. Good point.
Dang.
Just
You know
saying.
what? You email Criminal Minds. That's genius, Cara.
There is a layer of delusion that goes with this show that we all have to just subscribe to, you know?
It's also extra late tonight.
What the podcast?
That's true. That's true.
Well, okay. Break the fourth wall. We are recording
the fourth wall of that.
fairly later than we do normally.
That's right.
And that brings up a great point. Is we've done it, folks. We've canceled daylight savings time.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Is it really
Goodbye.
done?
I
I won't
they're done
believe
with
it until next year, until it doesn't happen
Until we
again.
don't.
No,
ever
they're
experience
literally going to
it.
be like, we're not starting it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll
By
go into effect.
2026,
Yeah.
we'll be.
Something else that is moving through the Congress
Go ahead.
is
The
last
Congress.
Friday when our last episode aired. The House of Representatives voted to legalize marijuana at a federal level.
Whoa. So what does that mean? Just
Means
legal now?
well, basically nothing now, but the Senate has to vote on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
That's
that
where
old
it
checks and
comes.
balances thing?
Yeah.
Jeez, so
So
complicated.
it may die in the Senate, but
and then honestly, if not that I think Joe would, but if it hits him, he could veto it.
Yep.
nah, he's losing
Joe's a
his
changed man now.
Joe's losing his liberal audience. He needs that
He really
extra
is.
kick. We'd love him for it.
I'm just
Watching,
a
it's so
bill.
funny
Yes,
that
I'm
like
only a bill.
Ryan writes Joe Biden a letter in crayon,
Dear
begging
Joe,
him to,
Please,
to make it legal.
please legalize our marijuana.
For everyone.
Sincerely, your liberal audience.
his career is he's had a long career.
Joe Biden?
And a lot of things have really changed for him over the years. I watched some of his old stuff. I'm like, who is this guy? No idea who he
Yeah.
is.
All of them.
But I
Career
guess everyone-
politicians, they're all just frauds.
Whatever's comfortable.
I
Go
guess.
on. I
Yeah.
feel like you have that's
Yeah.
charged.
No, it's just career. I personally don't believe in career politicians. I believe in term limits.
Okay.
And I believe that, if you're going to
be
stay,
with you on that.
it's like pop culture. Like if you're going to stay relevant, you have to go with the changing times.
Yeah.
And so these people will have these strong
They have to.
opinions and they have to eventually change them as times change.
But at
So
the
it's-
same time, there's a lot of celebrities in pop culture that
do
are
the
like,
same
I've
thing.
got my shtick, and I've been around. I'm Clint Eastwood, and I've been Clint Eastwood for 70 years, right? And people
Yeah.
still go see those movies.
yeah.
So
So
maybe,
that's what I'm saying. Just
maybe it works.
stand by it. Don't.
Yeah, it
Don't be
definitely
wishy-washy.
it's a tough look. You're right, career politician,
Just
because you have to change your viewpoint, but you're
With
just
your
doing
voters,
it. You're
like-
just doing it in front of a camera, in front of like everyone for your whole life, and it's just like people
That's
gotta
like,
use that
and
against
then
you.
people get like that's why people get so mad at certain politicians. Like I definitely worked for a questionable politician. I'll be real. We don't have to say
Are you
his
going to
name.
disclose it? Oh,
No, we
interesting.
we don't have to
Unless
say his name.
Well, he can't hurt you
No.
anymore, Annie. So
you're safe here. He's not going to put you in
But
another escape
the
room,
point-
okay?
He's not going to make you door to door.
Oh gosh. But like the point is like people didn't like him when he was in the House of Representatives, and like part of that was because he was just like authentically him. Like people got pissed at him because he called
You're being too real, man.
that he called Trump an asshole, and they're like, how dare, like we used to get calls and it's like, how dare he say that, and it's like, and I remember one guy on our
what's
office
on your
getting
mind,
so
bro.
mad and being like, bro, he's like an ex-Marine. What do you think? Like, yeah, he called him an asshole. That's what he thinks. Okay, bye. And like hung up. And he's
Dang.
like, he was also like the first to vote for him. Okay, jeez. And like hung up. He got in trouble for doing it like that. But it was still like, it was the thing where he's like, yeah, okay, like that's him. Like that's what he said. Whatever, get over it. Like,
dang.
don't
Also,
vote for him
who's
if you don't
calling
like
in
him.
to his office.
Gosh, we used to get calls all the time. The craziest one I ever got was it was like when all of the like people were coming out, like old interns and stuff were coming out saying they had been like, sexually harassed by, congressmen or people they'd worked with and people
Not
in
your
DC.
congressman.
But not mine, but just in general.
Right.
And I got a call from this woman in Texas. And you're not like allowed to hang up usually, right? Like unless they're like cursing you out, you really can't hang up. And she was going off about, she's like, if these women can't take a compliment, a pat on the butt is just a
Oh.
compliment.
Oh,
And these
no.
young girls shouldn't be
Jeez.
working in these offices if they
Yikes.
don't know how to take a compliment like that. And this and that. And she goes, don't you agree? And I was like, and I literally went, ma'am, I'm 19.
Yeah.
And and she goes, well, you work in the district office. You've never been in DC. And I go, actually, I have worked in DC. And
Got her.
my congressman has never inappropriately touched me or done anything like that. And he's been very kind. And you know what? Like, I feel very bad for the girls who have unfortunately been in those circumstances. And I think that they have a right to share what
think you're
happened.
wrong.
And she was like, well, then you're just really lucky because you know what? These other girls just don't understand. And I was like,
wait.
I was like,
You're
no,
like- you're like, you're
no, that's
missing
not what
it. You're
happened.
not
I said
getting
no.
it.
Like,
Am I lucky or am I not? Which one is it?
she's like, well, you just don't get it. And I was like, I don't. How old? What are you calling this
You
woman
must
in
have
Texas?
so
calling
many
this girl
crazy stories like that. Like,
yeah, my other favorite one is Mrs. Vladimir Putin was this like eccentric homeless woman who would come in.
Remember that?
Oh, she told us she was Vladimir's
Oh.
wife that he sent
okay.
over to America
That's kind of cool.
to prepare the way for him to take America.
You think she's still saying that now with everything that's going on in Russia?
Oh, I'm sure she's
Probably.
like,
oh, she's probably on the front lines right now.
She's
Yeah.
probably out there really doing
That's
some
right.
and
PR.
That's
the
right.
reason we all knew her is because she had this impeccable penmanship. She would come. It was like this homeless woman would come in, get like the complaint form or whatever,
Yeah.
the like constituent form.
Swag, too.
would fill it out, saying basically her like complaint, what her grievance, whatever it was, and it would be this like long, these like 3-page things about Vladimir Putin and how he's coming and Vladimir's coming
Classic.
and I'm his wife and he loves me and he sent me to prepare and all this stuff and she would come in every once in a while, fill it out.
Same
She
way.
had really good penmanship.
But she
Same
had
way every time.
amazing penmanship, and we always it would be like
Wow.
we'd see the form, and the office manager would be like,
There's
"Mrs.
Judy.
Vladimir is here."
Oh,
like,
Mrs. Vlad, yes.
Mrs. Putin.
Mrs. Vlad, I love
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Wow.
It's hey man, government workers go through a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what side of the aisle
aisle.
you're on, you're going through
You're
it.
going through something. How many? So he was in the House of Reps. You're a
Yeah.
person that you repped. You were in
Yeah.
the House of Reps of a House
I
of
was
Reps.
in the House of Reps of Reps.
Reppy rep.
Wow.
Rep,
How many of those we got?
reppin'.
There's like 70 of them in California or
A
something.
lot.
I thought it was like
55.
60.
Senators are the
I believe.
big
No,
deal,
it's like
right?
50.
Senators is 2
Senators
per state.
is 2 per
or-
state.
Yeah.
The House of Reps is like dependent on how many people you got in your state.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why a lot of people don't like California.
Because we have
Why?
a lot of, but there's
We
also a
have
lot of people.
in
But
the
it
House of Reps.
but it only makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, we're big. We're
Kansas
huge.
and Nebraska only have like 2 or something.
Weren't
right?
people wasn't that trying to get passed that it was like every
we
state
have-
needs to have the same amount?
Sorry.
Yeah, it would kill the.
We have 55 representatives altogether, 53 in the House of Representatives, the 2 of the Senate.
Oh,
Sorry,
nice,
I just
nice.
wanted.
There
Thank
was.
you.
I promise
Thank
I'm a
you.
government
53
major.
Nice.
representatives in the House of California, and they're all in somebody's pocket.
Yeah, and they are all paid
Mine. They're on mine.
And
I
he's
have
paying them
all of them.
off. Wow, what's it like being a career
Politician?
lobbyist?
A career lobbyist? Well, you say.
Ask me about my policies.
That's kind of what you wanted to do for a long time. Was
I wanted to be a representative. I wanted, when I was little, I wanted to be president. And then I wanted
you
to
still will
be,
but go ahead.
I wanted to be in the Senate, just because it's a little bit longer job, security.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And
you
then,
can only be president for a year,
then
yeah.
I thought of House of Representatives because I like the idea of being more connected to an actual community base versus like, the state of California. How connected can you be with every California citizen, right? Like,
If you're a senator, you mean?
yeah, if you're a senator, you can't. And then I lived in DC for the sole purpose of wanting to get closer to that. Met the people there. Hate is a strong word.
But-
I was kind of disgusted when I realized the people I was standing by were going to be the next round of, politicians.
Yes.
Sitting with these 20-something-year-old guys, realizing oh, these are the guys who are going to be this next round. And I just kind of they were skeevy. I was like, ugh, you guys are kind of gross.
Seedy.
And I've met some who are really great now. I've worked
Sure.
a lot in politics, and I've met some
Yeah.
great guys and girls who are going for it. And then I worked in district to try to just see if I wanted to do it. And I realized, government's big, and America is big, and you don't have as big of an impact as fast as I would want. And, I think that's what's so important. Reach out to your local, your city councilors and everything. Parks and
Mayor
Rec
Tom Gloria.
Parks and Rec is a silly show, but that's very true. They're the ones who are actually going to change your city. And
Your
they
thing.
have, if you give them the respect and power, they
Is
can
that
change a lot.
Show about
It was the Parks and Rec
The Parks
department
and
of
Recreational Department of Pawnee, Indiana.
the city council.
Man, that was a good show.
Good
I
show.
thought it was
I've
literally
seen
about
that.
people who just took care of park.
It is, but she's
She's like
It's
she's
both.
like, yeah, she like runs for city council and
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Wow, there's
Dang.
Annie's little soapbox
And
moment
that's-
on government.
and so you think there's any hope for our government, for this country?
I'll be dead before it dies, so whatever.
That's true.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's going to hold on
gotten
at least
pretty
another
close.
That's
75.
far, right?
I think at least another 100.
Also, a lot
Yeah.
has happened in the last few decades, though. So I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
what does
I-
that mean?
I think we're set up pretty okay.
Okay, I believe you. I've never been to.
I'll be honest.
No, I've been to DC. That's not true.
Can I tell you that like the idea that the government gets nothing done is kind of comforting for me. Like the idea that there isn't like a major change happening all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of
that it takes
have
like
you,
so
have
long
you-
to get things
Have you
passed.
paid your taxes this year?
yes. I have. Well, yeah. If I help.
He's like, well, I'm.
So, do you think they have worked enough adjacent to like compared to how much you've paid in taxes?
No, okay. I know where you're going with this. And yes, I do think that it could be better, like managed better. But I'm saying the idea that like major change like isn't happening at the hands of whoever's in charge at the moment is kind of comforting. Like it takes a lot to change something because then we're not like going back and forth like every few weeks, you know?
Yeah.
There is like a comfort in the idea. I know what you're saying about they're paid too much, and I agree. There should be like more work.
Well, just
being
in
done.
general, I think they're like you said, like budgets, right? I mean,
Yes, but like the security of like I know that tomorrow the president can't just decide something, and that just immediately changes. You know
Well-
what I'm saying?
well, kind, a
We
little
can,
bit.
but I'm
But
saying
yeah,
he
I know
won't.
what you mean.
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I think that our government is set up the best it can be currently. If it got any smaller, I think that it'd be too powerful in the sense, you know, like I think right now it is a good size that represents America as a whole. Like the way that we have it set up, the way that we distribute things. Is there crap that I don't believe in? Yeah. Gerrymandering, stupid, things like that. Like, you know,
agreed.
skewed polls, all that stuff.
done.
Yeah. But like at the same time, like you think of something better that doesn't end in a civil war, and we'll try it out.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
It
king.
kind of. I know they don't do enough for the money they make, but I'm saying it kind of works in a way, right?
But I say,
like,
I think they do. I think.
oh, okay.
I'm gonna say, how long was the English, monarchy in power for? Long time.
Long time.
Long time, yeah.
But how many
How
people?
long has the U.S. as a democracy been set up?
Not very
200
long.
years, 200 some change.
But
Just
how
saying,
many-
if it works,
how many modern democracies have copied the U.S. structure?
all
That's
of them.
true.
And that is
Yeah.
in part because we invaded and forced it upon them. But
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
Deal.
and you're welcome for that. Bye-bye.
Look,
Wow.
that's the best thing about this podcast.
We talk about everything.
We just talk about everything.
That's true.
Last Friday
Not
was
stuff
April
we
Fools.
know.
You know what, Kara?
Last Friday was
Last
April
Friday
Fools,
was April
and
Fools.
Did
you know what?
Did you see any jokes? Did you
I had a
did you
whole
pull any
April
pranks?
Fool's thing
Planned.
planned.
Oh,
well,
no.
not a whole thing
What?
planned, but it was going to be like me and Cara were going to come in and be like, surprise, we're pregnant. And then it was going to be like April Fool's.
Yeah, no, that's
But
a
then
bad
I
thing
thought
now.
better of it because
I
I
won't
feel like
believe you if you do it for real.
pranks and jokes come around every April 1st where people do that. And it's like not fun. Like emotional pranks aren't funny.
No.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
Because then you hit the
gotcha with
person
silly
who-
string. Funny.
Who can't get
Yeah.
pregnant, and it's like that's not funny.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, that's
I'm
like
sorry.
that's
Any-
why like the big thing.
Hey,
about
as
one
someone
right
who
now.
doesn't know if they can get pregnant,
Dang.
it is kind of funny. It's not. I mean, like,
Not
it'd
that
be,
funny.
It's not. I think it would be sad if I was like actively trying to get pregnant and like had been trying to have a baby for years, and then you guys are like, "Hi, we're pregnant." JK. But we could be because
Dang.
I could have babies.
Pranks also come down
That'd
to
be like,
knowing
oh,
your
that's
audience.
sad.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Read the room.
Like you got to
Read the
know who you're
room.
trying to prank.
But
Yeah.
and
Did you
that's
see
why,
any good ones though on TikTok?
Oh, Megan got
not
pranked
particularly.
pretty badly
Wait.
by,
Missed it.
Let's
by
hear it.
BuzzFeed. Someone posted that it was just an article that was like, oh, Broadway is doing a revival of the Spider-Man musical.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that
she
one.
was reading and she was like, and when she said that, I was like, I was kind of pranked too. I was like, they
Pranked
would
ya.
not revive
You
the
pranked- you're
most
pranked.
expensive show that was
I
on
mean,
Broadway.
Less.
It was millions of
80 million.
dollars. Yeah, 80 million.
And
And
didn't
a
it
show
tank?
today is like 10 million. It was 80
The
million.
the second most expensive Broadway show was Shrek.
Yeah.
And it
Love
cost
it.
$15 million
Yep.
to launch that show.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is the most expensive for $70 million.
It
That's
said
like
that,
60
and then it
million
said,
more.
and it's starring Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and
Oh, that's funny.
what's his face?
Gotcha.
What's his face?
Toby.
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Tobe.
And Megan was like, oh, no, what? It's April 1st. It's April Fool's Day.
I saw
funny.
so many good ones on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, I saw one where this girl's like filming her like elderly mom, and they were like grown up and they had kids, and she was like, the caption was like, my sister told my mom that she's moving to Texas with her with the grandbabies, and the mom's just like sobbing in the bed.
That's so
And
mad.
then,
That's sad.
And she's like, Mom, are you okay? And she's like, No, I'm not okay. She's like crying, and then he goes, Hey, what's today's date? And then her mom like realizes it, and she's like, I hate you guys. I was like, that's rough.
That's like,
That's rough.
I saw one where it was a brother sister thing, and he had gotten COVID tested for his job. And
you said
I
it was-
saw
you
that
said
one.
it was me.
it was negative, and so he was like, but he was feeling sick. That's why he got tested. And he's like, my work won't give me days off of work because like I'm sick. So she calls him, and like while he's in a meeting with his boss, and pretends to be the clinic. It was like, hey, we gave you a false negative.
like,
blah,
sorry,
blah.
you're actually positive.
So she calls him back, and no, he calls her back, and is like, I just got a call from I'm actually positive that they're putting me out of work for like 10 days. He's like, I'm missing the staff party, or whatever. And then he's like, I was planning to make food for this work party, and he's like, I gloved up like 3 times and wore a mask the whole time because I didn't want to not have my brisket there.
gosh.
And she was like realizing, you could see her in her brain, she went too far. So she's like, that was me. And he's like, what? He's like, I'm the woman from the clinic.
Oh my
And And he
gosh.
was like, are you kidding me? She felt instantly guilty.
He's like,
April
I have
Fool's
10
you
days.
back, bitch.
I have 10 days off of work now, and she's like, call your boss.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I saw one of a mom. It was a bunch of like mom ones to their kids. Like my kids
Always
expect like
not
April
funny.
Fool's things in like the morning. It was like she made Fruit Loop Rice Krispie treats and she put them in like cereal bowls, and then she covered it with real Fruit Loops and stuck a spoon in there.
Oh,
so when
I-
she gave her
yes, I
kids
saw
their
that.
cereal, they'd take the spoon and the whole thing goes.
Oh, that's cute.
And it was like a cup of juice, but it was Jello, right?
Oh,
Is
I
that the
didn't
same
see that
one?
one.
Oh, that's
I saw
cute.
that.
Those are cute
funny.
stuff.
It's a cup of
My
juice,
parents
but
never did
Jell-O.
stuff like that. They were always just like,
No. Yeah.
don't try to trick us. We'll be pissed.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, got it. Message received.
April
Cool.
Fool's Day. I mean, just like you with gifts, if you can prank somebody, just prank them. Any
Yeah.
day of the
Yeah.
year. Then it's funnier.
I'm trying to
I-
think. I did April Fool's a couple years ago, and I can't remember exactly what I did.
I really want to do like a long prank, and I'm not gonna, and I don't know what, and I'm not gonna tell any of you because it will probably be to one of you.
It's probably happening right now already.
It's already in motion.
Are you bailing out
you're
right now?
currently
She's
being
like, I'm
pranked.
Are you trying to
leaving the
bail
show.
out?
I'm
Because
quitting.
yeah.
A couple years ago, I purchased like 85 awful photos of my sister, and I replaced every photo in every frame in my parents' house.
That's pretty funny.
With a bad picture of
That's
her.
funny.
Wow.
There's
Didn't
still
say
some up.
anything. Yeah, you saw some of them.
Yeah.
Garage door Hershey bar is pretty good.
And we did the garage door Hershey.
That
bar,
was
that's what-
yeah.
Pretty
We
classic.
kind of my parents
ya.
come home
Fooled ya.
from Cancun this week, and I guess we kind of pranked them because
Pranked ya.
we like moved around frames and like put signs upside down.
Smart.
Just like one of these, like
Just really
Like
ya.
Pranked
just
ya.
like annoy
A
Tina.
little switcheroo a
Yeah.
little bit. Pranked ya.
pranked ya.
Like the
My-
bunny in the bedroom or in the main room is like instead of facing inwards to the TV, it's like out.
See,
got him.
I think the best quote unquote
Never
prank I've
know.
done
Pranked ya.
is my friend's little brother replaced the pictures of her in their house with pictures of, or no, it was one picture of her with Harambe. When Harambe was a thing,
Jeez.
and I came
King.
in her defense with vengeance. So he hates Nickelback. It's like a whole thing. He hates Nickelback. It's like the whole bit, the whole meme of Nickelback. Hates him. I printed in different sizes the lead singer of Nickelback's face, and I
no.
cut him out, and I individually every single photo in their house. Every photo, it doesn't matter if he's very small in the background. We had a little picture of his face to cover him, and it was every photo.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And it took him like 2 weeks to get all of
Dang.
the photos, and he would just be sitting there, and I would get this video of him like being like, "Are you kidding me?" And, like would like reach behind all these other photos and find like another photo of him covered, and it was so good. And I like
Takes forever though, huh?
but it was like he had gone to bed, and me and her just
That's so
knocked
funny.
it out the whole night.
Crazy.
It's pretty funny. Prank Joe.
Prank Joe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon switched places on Friday. Jimmy
Prank Joe.
Fallon was in L.A. and Jimmy
Prank
Kimmel
Joe.
was
That's
in New
pretty
York.
funny.
Pranked. We
That is
flew.
pretty funny.
I guess
I
they
flew
came,
from New York to LA.
On my private
Prank
jet.
I guess they came up with the idea a couple years ago, but it was at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah,
and
they're
so
like,
they
"Hey,
couldn't-
not
they couldn't
funny."
obviously do it. So they've been kind of plotting it for a long time. But they, to their credit, literally did each other's jobs exactly. Didn't
That's pretty
change each
funny,
other's
actually.
shows. They just did it as
Wow, that's cool.
themselves. It's pretty funny. I thought it was pretty good.
How mad would you be if
You came.
you came? You're like, "Hey, I'm finally gonna see Jimmy Kimmel. I've been waiting for this for years.
And it's
I'm
freaking
so
Jimmy
excited."
Fallon.
And you're like, "Freaking Jimmy Fallon ruins it again."
I'd probably be more upset to see Kimmel. Actually,
I wonder if for like
I'd be upset
that
to
kind
see
of
Leno.
people, like people who flew out to see one of them, if they ended
We're
up
talking
getting
about-
like a ticket, like another ticket to come
No,
back.
I don't think so.
you want
No.
to hear if Jay Leno was still in the air when that whole Will Smith thing happened?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear your impression.
no.
Oh yeah.
Have you
please.
guys seen this crazy thing? How does he talk? He kind of like, right? He like talks like that. Everybody's saying Will Smith.
Yeah, that's pretty
He
good.
walked right up on stage and he slapped Chris Rock. I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Very
Kara's
good.
so
Very good.
Kara looks
didn't know.
disgusted. Kara's
You never
like,
saw Jay Leno,
No,
did you?
I like picture him. He's a really big head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a very distinct
my
face
father
structure.
photographed Jay Leno. My dad was a journalist, a photojournalist
That's right.
for a newspaper. Photographed him, went to his garage.
Jay Leno's garage?
Famous garage.
Big
Said-
garage.
Big garage, known
Lot
for
of
his
cars.
car collection.
Lots of
Wow.
cars.
Is like known for this like elaborate car collection he has. My dad said kind of a jerk.
I don't like
No,
him.
that's pretty
After all
well
that Conan
known.
O'Brien stuff that went down, I
Yeah.
don't like him.
I think
I
a lot
love
of people
Conan.
in Hollywood don't like
Jay Leno, no, he's kind of known for being a d bag.
Well, guess what?
We don't like him
Who's
here.
laughing now?
Hey,
The Count, apparently.
That wasn't even a good count. Yeah, count is
wow.
What would be the worst
welcome.
April Fool's joke somebody could do to you?
put onions in my food.
Oh,
my
You know
God.
what?
Disguise onions as like candy.
Put it down. Put
Have
it
you seen
down.
the caramel apple onion? Where
Oh my
they
gosh.
dip an onion
That would
in
be pretty
You know
caramel.
what would be
But
so
it's a
good?
caramel apple.
John, what would be so good?
Go ahead.
This is just
between
for us.
Yeah,
Just
go
between
ahead.
us.
This
No one
stays
else
in
is
this room.
listening.
Go ahead.
Go
Is
ahead.
if we dipped like grilled onions in chocolate like raisinets. We put it in a raisinets box and
Oh
gave
yeah,
it
they
to
do
Kara.
like these two like
That would only work
No,
if we
I
went to the
would
movie
grab
theater.
it and
If we
be
went
like,
to the movie
what
theater,
the
that
heck
would
is
make
that
sense.
texture, and not eat it.
I'd eat them probably.
Mark
Like,
my
wow, these
words.
Raisinets
Hey,
are expired.
hey, mark my words. Not an April Fool's joke. I'm gonna hit Cara with an onion before April 1st of 2023.
We'll see. We'll
Okay,
see.
I will.
Clock's
It'll be when
ticking.
she least
Can you
expects
not?
it.
Wait, I just need to clarify. You're not gonna physically hit her with the onion, right?
I'm gonna
Slap her
I'm
with
gonna
the
give her
onion.
something that she thinks is something else.
Yep.
Okay, and
She's
it's gonna be
going
an
to eat
onion.
it,
No.
and it will be an onion.
Unless you
I will
disguise
fool
it
her.
so well.
I have 1
I will
year,
know.
Actually,
and
you
I
don't
will
have
get
to
it
disguise
done.
it that well. Just make it an onion ring. Give it to her. She'll eat it.
I will eat an onion ring.
No. I want her to think she's eating something
Something else, but it's actually a raw onion.
Yes. 1 year.
Kara's like, yep, that's it. I will eat an onion.
1 year.
Okay, 1 year from
Right.
today. Put it on the calendar.
We did have onion rings last night, and I took a bite, and the full onion came out, and I can't eat it
Yeah.
when it's like that.
Yeah, it doesn't make
You know
any
what?
sense, but that's
You
okay.
know what's... Oh, we're not gonna go eat after this, huh?
I'm
No,
trying to find the key.
No.
we're gonna get a sweet treat.
All right.
Sweet treat.
Oh, there it is.
Mark the timestamp, episode 72. I'm going to, in the next year, trick Cara into eating an onion.
Perfect.
We'll see.
And it'll be raw.
Okay.
I'm really making it hard for me. and
Yeah.
And I'm going to be wearing a chicken costume.
I'm going to film the whole thing.
And I'll post it
From a GoPro.
in a live stream. So anytime John goes live, we'll be like, okay, well, here comes
Yeah,
the
here
onion.
comes the onion.
Oh, he's in his chicken costume. He's on a unicycle.
He's like, hey, Cara.
He's like,
you want this
I got some
cookie?
popcorn for you.
He sets it up and he doesn't do it. And then she's like, It could be any time. Maybe you've already eaten it. Did you ever think about that?
Cara just reaches into her mouth, pulls out a giant piece of onion.
Well, you know.
If we planned this show at all, if there was any planning that went into the show before, that would have happened.
That would happen,
Would
yeah.
happen.
Oh man.
But that's what's great here.
Well,
Go ahead, Amy.
That's it.
That was it. That's what's great here. Well, I was gonna be like, on what the podcast, and then I was gonna get yelled at for trying to close the show.
Trying to end the show. Do I yell that much?
No,
Sometimes.
Do I
one
often
time,
yell at
one
you?
time I did it, and you literally stopped the show for a solid another 3 minutes to belittle me about trying to do it on my own.
and you were like, "Go ahead, no, do it, no,
You're like,
do it."
yeah.
And you were like, "I'm sorry."
I was still fresh too.
Yeah.
Still fresh.
Well, fooled you, pranked you. Annie, go ahead. Do it.
I don't. Now I'm nervous. Thanks for listening.
You really thought I was gonna just let you do it?
Gosh, classic.
Are you serious?
Just classic.
Just fine. Go. No,
Annie, I want you to. I feel bad about
no,
last time.
no.
I feel bad about this
I'm
time
about to
too.
walk out. I'm gonna get a sweet treat by myself if you don't end the show.
Guys, we're
Don't
going
do
for
that.
sweet
Don't do
treat.
that.
End the show, Ryan.
Okay. Ladies, gentlemen,
Yep.
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Support us. Head on down to the bio. Buy us some stuff.
Head on down to the bayou.
Bye.
Bye.
John, you want to end the show today?
No.
Okay. Wow, is that the kind of empire I've built for myself here?
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Do it. Why didn't you ask Cara? Let Cara end it.
No, I'm good.
Cara.
Cara, go ahead.
Oh, I don't
Cara.
remember, and you'll get mad at me.
We'll see you next
do
week.
it.
I didn't remember it either.
I don't remember it.
We'll see you next week.
What'd you do?
No, because you added.
We'll see you next week on
What the